A new report suggests that Polygon might not be as decentralized as we think. So this is what I want to talk to you today. Let's get started. You're watching Crypto Corner. Alright guys, well, welcome to the show everyone. This is one of those very short episodes where I'm just going to discuss a topic that I personally find to be quite an interesting one. Polygon Matic. Matic is one of the tokens in my portfolio and I'm quite a big fan of Polygon. In fact, from all the Ethereum competitors, I feel that Polygon is the top one. I mean, for a long time, Solana was really heading there and was becoming, the Ethereum killer or something like that. Not quite so. Avalanche is another very good one. And I've covered all of this in my previous videos. I've already talked about Polygon very recently. I talked about Avalanche last year and I talked about Solana and all of the other ones as well. Tezos is another good one. But Polygon has a lot of development and a lot of applications and things that are about to come out this year, which is why I personally feel that it is one of the stronger projects. However, this article here in the Decrypt, which is just from a couple of days ago, is suggesting that we're not talking about a very huge decentralization here. Did it really take just 13 people to hard fork Polygon, they say? Well, let's dig deeper into that. So they say Ethereum sidechain Polygon successfully completed a network hard fork on Tuesday, effectively creating a new Polygon blockchain that developers hope will provide faster transactions and less frequent gas fee spikes, which is great. I mean, this is what we want, isn't it? While the software upgrade was hailed by advocates as a technical step forward, the manner in which the fork was pushed through the Polygon community and ratified left others questioning the network's organizational structure and its commitment to decentralization. We've already seen this with other networks, such as Solana, for instance. When Solana was attacked many times throughout last year, a few times the developers had to actually switch off the network in order to correct the problems and to avoid, further complications. But it was just a handful of developers that were able to switch off the network effectively without any community voting or anything like that. So this raised red flags about the decentralization of Solana. And now we are talking about the decentralization of Polygon. In December, Polygon's governance team, defined by a Polygon spokesperson as the group that supports the governance and decentralization of the Polygon product suite, set forth an initial proposal to implement a hard fork. Hard forks are events where a supermajority of a blockchain's validators, typically, and in Polygon's case at least 67%, agree to upgrade to the new software, essentially creating a new blockchain in the process. Now, here I need to point out that a hard fork doesn't necessarily have to create new coins, or the chain doesn't necessarily have to be split. If the hard fork is not contentious, there's no disagreement about it or anything, then everyone upgrades and it just moves on. Everyone starts using the upgraded version, the new protocol. In some cases, hard forks can create a split of the chain, like we saw with Bitcoin, we saw with Bitcoin SV and Bitcoin Cash later on, and a few other forks that actually created, separate blockchains. And even Ethereum, the first one, was Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic is in fact the original Ethereum blockchain, even though it's not as popular as Ethereum, ETH. Never mind. What I'm saying is that not every hard fork is actually creating a split in the blockchain and creating new coins. In this case, it was voted by the majority, as we're going to find out in a moment. So no new coins, just to clarify. Hard forks are usually used to make major adjustments to one or multiple mechanisms undergirding a network. In this case, Polygon's leadership advocated using a hard fork to reduce the sprint length of on-chain transactions, a move that would both lower transaction times and reduce the frequency of chain reorgs. Messy and occasionally risky events where multiple validators disagree about the network's transaction history. The proposal by Polygon's governance team provoked a heated debate, the Decrypt reports here, among the network's community, with some pressing for further details about the necessity of suggested changes, and others chiding Polygon's leadership for not prioritizing other more needed adjustments that wouldn't require a move as severe as a hard fork. Polygon's team put the matter to a vote, but not everyone had a say. Only the network's 100 validators, those who run Polygon's nodes, were invited to participate in a poll determining whether the network should undergo a hard fork exactly as proposed or not. So as we see, this is now becoming a problem because we're talking about just 100 validators, only the ones running nodes, and 100 people in the whole world. That is not a big number, guys. All in all, it gets worse. All in all, they say, just 15 validators cast their votes. 13 of them signed on to the Polygon's plan, which makes 87% of all of them in favor, and 2 were against. A source familiar with the matter told Decrypt that a number of Polygon's validators haven't even registered for the forum where Polygon tallies such polls, and may not have been aware that such a vote was taking place. So as you see, we're talking about 13 people deciding the fate of the blockchain, of the whole network, of a network that is available worldwide and is supposed to be having millions of users and stakers and holders. Not great at all. As Twitter user Kamusabi is pointing out here, the entire Polygon network was hard forked, and the hard fork was voted on by only 15 people, 2 of which actually opposed. And he says centralized ASF. Really not great. And the article continues here. They say, curiously though, and perhaps more concerning, Polygon never stated outright that its leadership would abide by the results of the poll, or that the poll's results directly led to the hard fork's proposal adoption. Polygon says that the December hard fork poll was an early feedback mechanism rather than an official vote. But since 67% of validators need to upgrade their software for the hard fork to be completed, doing so can effectively be considered a vote in support. Polygon told Decrypt that 99 of the 100 validators updated their clients, putting the hard fork into effect. But by that point, resisting Polygon's push for a fork would have likely created a far messier and more volatile scenario for all involved, in which multiple versions of the network would have coexisted simultaneously. This is when we could have had a proper chain split and, several or at least 2 blockchains, at least 2 different tokens, the one pre-upgrade and the one post-upgrade, which is not really what we want as token holders. I mean, sometimes these kind of forks can create just kind of easy free money for people, but typically this never really, in the long term, this is never a good thing. So I personally am going to continue following what is happening with Polygon here behind the scenes. I'm going to continue monitoring, what the development team is doing and how they're moving forward from here, whether they're going to, find more validators perhaps, or just a more decentralized way to vote for any proposals. Because, as you know, for a network to be truly decentralized, it needs to have a lot of people involved in the decision making. It cannot be down to 100 people, and especially it cannot be down to 15 if we are going to talk about true decentralization. Decentralization, by the way, is not only in the miners. It's not only the ones that are running the nodes. It's also all of the users and, of course, developers, everyone involved. So if you have a big network such as Polygon, it is one of the top networks. I mean, it's in the top 20. If you have such a big network and so many users and so many investors, I personally feel that we really need far more involvement from the whole community rather than just a handful of people deciding, because this way we are talking about a centralized network that has a potential to become decentralized. But at this point, as of right now, Polygon is actually not decentralized enough, which is not great for me because, as I said, I am an investor in Matic and I really want to see this network thrive. And during the next bull cycle, I really want it to be in my portfolio. But these are things that you have to consider when picking coins to add to your portfolio, especially now because we are close to the end of this bear cycle. It's not done yet, but we are close to the end. By the end of this year, we're going to complete this bear cycle, maybe even before the end of this year. And then we're going to start the next bull run. So accumulation time is already upon us. And making the right choices right now as to which tokens you're going to jump into and which are the tokens that you're going to be holding throughout the next bull run. This could be, it could mean life-changing money for you. So make sure that you do the right choices. Make sure that you monitor the tokens and the networks that you are investing in, what's happening with them. And as I said, Matic is in my portfolio. That's why Polygon network is one of those that I will be monitoring closely. Keep your crypto safe with the best cold storage on the market. Keystone Wallet, air-gapped device with top-tier security. Alright guys, well this wraps up today's video. I'm not gonna take any more of your time. Thanks for staying until the end. Show me your support if you like this video. Give me the thumbs up. Leave a comment below or share it with someone else who would also benefit from watching it. Don't forget to check out the links in the description where I drop the links to all of the crypto services that I'm personally using and that I recommend to you. And while you're here, just pick another one of my videos and I'm gonna see you in the next one.